May 14th. Can we call the Frank County Commission meeting to order, please?
Commissioner Saldemeyer?
Present.
Commissioner Waymire?
Present.
Chair Harris?
Present.
Vice Chair Metter?
Present.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Stand for pledge allegiance, please.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a seat.
Where did it?
Correspondence, coordination business, public comment.
We have one, Gary Brockus.
Okay. On the discussion is limited to 5 minutes, and the commission will not take action to discuss items at this time. Discussion should be limited to the matters of the county commission business, and the public comment is not permitted to regard to personal matters and/or pending legal matters. Get your name and address.
Gary Brockus, 1206 South College. I thought I'd only have 2 minutes, so I'm going to be a little short. But,
Read it twice.
I am Gary Brockus. I know my dad was from Princeton area down there. And so I was born and raised in Ottawa. Last year I moved back here after 42 years in management with AT&T and various cities across Kansas. One of my positions there involved capital budgeting and deciding which projects get funded and reallocating dollars to make it all work in the end was not always easy. I have also served on a tax levying public commission, so my point here is I can empathize with the decisions and choices you must make with tax dollars. As a Republican, I was a supporter of First President Bush's program. Some of you may remember he called 1,000 Points of Light, and then years later, President Bush #2 advocated for what he called compassionate conservatism. They both supported and encouraged others to help those in need. Hope House serves the Ottawa community and those in need, regardless of religion, politics, age, or color of skin. Sometimes through no fault of their own, families can be thrown a curveball. In the animal world, it can be like a dog or cat getting abandoned. There can be many different reasons people need help with food or clothing. How many of you have volunteered at Hope House? I don't know, but my wife and I, Chris Underwood back here, have. And if you have volunteered there, you saw that it was very well managed. In closing, I would ask that you please consider reallocating at least a small amount of funds, as you have in the past, to aid this important community service. So thank you for your time you spent serving our county and the opportunity to share my thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Consent agenda is consider the approval of Frank County Commission meetings, May 7th. Motion?
Make a motion, yes.
Second?
Commissioner Saldemeyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Yeah.
Chair Harris?
Yes. Items of business, first is approval of 26-27 juvenile evidence-based programs, grant application. Dustin.
Good morning, Commissioners. What we have for your approval today is our fiscal year 26 and 27 juvenile evidence-based programs grant application. The Kansas Department of Corrections moved these particular grants to a 2-year grant cycle 2 years ago. And so this application is in the amount of $330,588.14. There are actually two kind of grants underneath this one evidence-based programs grant. One is the Juvenile Reinvestment Grant. That is going to fund our existing family engagement program initiative that we started 2 years ago with that same grant. That's mainly funding the salary and benefits for that position and some equipment costs and some other operational costs for that program. That's been up and running for the last year and a half or so, so we have no sort of implementation period for that program. is just a continuation of that. The other grant that's under this Juvenile Evidence-Based Programs Grant is the Juvenile Corrections Advisory Board Grant. That's been a grant that's been in place since the 2016 Juvenile Justice Reform in Kansas. That program is going to continue funding something that we were offering a couple of years ago with programs, like cognitive behavioral programs for our juveniles, but also this year we're going to help fund our truancy court program. That's something that's typically funded out of the Juvenile Comprehensive Plan grant that you approved previously, although there's just not enough prevention funding in that grant alone to fully fund that program. So we're going to use some of the JCAB grant funds to help fund that program in the next few years. So this program approval was made by the advisory board on their last meeting, April 15th, and I'll stand for any questions you might have on any of these programs.
Any questions for Dustin?
I make a motion?
Do we need a motion to hear a motion to approve this grant?
I will make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2026 to 2027 Kansas Department of Corrections Juvenile Evidence-Based Programs Grant Application.
It's full.
Second.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Yes,
Commissioner Stottlemyre?
Yes.
Chair Harris?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
thank you.
Consider the approval of rezone application 2502-0033. Pat?
Good morning, Commission. Okay, today we're looking at a property commonly known as 4014 Hamilton Road, 6 miles east and 1 mile north of Princeton. The applicant is requesting to split off 5 acres of the RE district, and the remaining 35 will then be placed into the A2 district. The purpose of this rezoning, the purpose of the 5 acres will make room for a homestead and a new residence. The applicants currently rent a home on the property now, and the owner of the land has given the applicant the chance to purchase a plot of land to build a new home. After construction of the home, the current house on the property will be demolished. The purpose of the L shape is to allow the landowner to retain ownership of the agricultural structure. The landowner would like to keep the barn that is right at the road. And the home site being proposed is located to minimize issues with the agricultural operation as it will continue on the land. All utilities exist as part of the homestead. However, septic will be new and constructed for the new home. Staff and Planning Commission both recommend approval.
Any questions? Any motions?
Pretty straightforward. I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Yes,
Commissioner Stottlemyre?
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Chair Harris?
Yes. Third is consider the approval of rezoning application 2503-0037.
Yes, sir. This would be 654 John Brown, a quarter-mile northeast of Williamsburg. The applicant is requesting to rezone an entire 50-acre parcel to the A2 district and split off 20 acres of the northeast portion and leave the remaining 30 to stay with the original homestead. The applicant plans to build a new home that would better equip his needs for ADA standards due to health concerns. We have a letter on file from Rural Water 4 approving a new meter for the property. The original property, the 30 acres that remain, currently has an SUP for the sales of trailers on the property. The resolution will amend the original SUP to only continue the existing 30 acres to be allowed the trailer sales. There was not a large amount of discussion from the Planning Commission. Both Planning Commission and staff recommend approval.
Any discussion? Any motions?
Motion approved.
Second.
Is that a second?
Yes, second, sorry.
Commissioner Dickinson?
yes,
Commissioner Stottlemyre?
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Chair Harris?
Yes. 4 is consider approving the proposal for Cook, Flatt, and Strobel engineers for the bridge inspection.
Yeah, good morning, Commission. This is something that we do semi-annually. We've always used Cook, Flatt, and Strobel, not always, but as long as I can remember, for the 241 bridges that we do our inspections on. If you'll notice, the price did go up from $95 per bridge to $99 per bridge. That is extremely reasonable for the work that they're doing. If somebody's had to crawl under them and take those measurements and do that stuff, it really does free up our management staff and would take us most of the year to do it. So we're just hoping that you would continue to allow Cook, Flatt, and Strobel to do those inspections for us.
How many fracture criticals do we have left?
I believe there's 2.
2? Those are every year, and then regular bridges every other year?
Let me rephrase that. We may have as many as 4, but 2 of them are on minimum maintenance roads. So, but yes. And we are working diligently to improve those right now, Cole.
Do you hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Do we need to get a dollar amount put in there? I don't know that I didn't say it. Can I add to that? It's $23,859.
Correct.
Commissioner Stottlemyre?
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Yes.
Chair Harris?
Yes. Staff reports.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Just real quick, and Janet, please jump in here, but the 2 of us have our first budget meeting tomorrow with an elected official. So that process is well underway. The bulk of our meetings are going to be the week after next. And then we've penciled in the 9th and 10th for the county commissioners' budget study session. So I don't know if you've reached out to them. But
I let you guys know that in your email yesterday that I sent you. So I anticipate, like I said in the email, doing pretty much the majority of the day on Monday, which is a regular study session day anyways, and then probably just the morning on Tuesday, I think is what we've done in the last couple of years. So I think we can reasonably make that happen.
looking forward to the meetings. Budget is, obviously, it's the biggest policy decision that the 5 of you make, and it's, I've always found it very enjoyable to go through that process with department heads, the 5 of you, so looking forward to it. That's all I have, Rod.
Hey, one more time the dates.
9th and 10th.
You got any more? Dustin? Sheriff? Dustin? Jeff?
Just real briefly, thank you for the bridge inspections. We have been selected by KDOT to be one of the locations here next Monday that they're going to be picking 4 or 5 random bridges in our county to do inspections on. Just notified of that the other day, so we'll be out leading KDOT around to look at some of these bridges that you just approved to be inspected. And I think that's random, so I don't think they look at the fracture critical per se. They look at bridges that just happen to come up on the random list. Justin McCurdy and I attended the conference at KCHA last week. I think it was very useful and beneficial. Got to see other people that are actually doing the same things we are and struggling with the same things that we're struggling with. We have hired the seasonal folks have started, so we've got sprayers out along the county roads now. Peg and her crew's after it. We've got our seasonal mowers that are starting, so we'll be mowing all the roads to the cemeteries first this year for Memorial Day. And the last thing that I have, it is construction season, so we will be reaching out to you to possibly purchasing some culverts and getting some things done. Just be aware that there's folks out there going to be working on improvements. I know people don't like delays, but it is very important to the structure of our community, and we just ask for your patience. That's it.
Got it? Commissioners?
Yeah, we Lake Region RC&D, of course, I represent the county on that for years. We made a trip out to Ellsworth the other day with a load of bikes to go out there, and we've went over 8,000 bikes now we've taken out there to be refurbished. We don't give back the ones unless it's an accident. I mean, they'll go into what they have out there, and we brought back 6,000 we've handed back out to like Hope House and CASA and other organizations within the 6-county area. Went to Wellsville Chamber yesterday. Christy Henlicker was there to give she volunteered to, when I asked her, but she gave a report on that, frankly, and she was happy to, I think she really enjoyed doing that. I mean, give the opportunity to go through everything that her position is and what, a lot of people have a lot of questions for, it's data, it's all booked to her, but to us out here in the public, we don't have a lot of idea, But she gave the annual report that we have, plus she went into a lot of other aspects of people don't realize all the entities she has to answer to. She just doesn't answer to Franklin County. There's a whole big list of entities, outside entities, and I think that the people up there enjoyed her coming up and giving the presentation. That's all I got.
Cool.
I think the only thing I would add regarding the comment earlier is in Franklin County, there's at least 14 food pantry kind of items, and that does not include each individual blessing box. So there's a lot out there.
I just attended a chamber coffee at Oak Story Bank last Friday. Their 2-year anniversary in their new building, and the chamber board meeting yesterday morning, and that is all I got.
It's a nice day out. Do I hear
In
a
the school.
motion?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.